Hi everyone and welcome to Addinker. If that name sounds pretty new to you, that's probably because it is. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll also notice that this one has a brand new name, general branding and intro. And if you haven't exactly seen any of my previous videos, then none of this is at all relevant and I'm very sorry. Okay, so a while back I posted my previous Philips Hue DIY project on Reddit in a competition that was hosted by Gladopto, which is the manufacturer of the little LED controller that's at the heart of it. Well, long story short, a lot of people voted for it and I eventually won that competition and they sent me this cute little package. In that package was a standard LED bulb, which is currently in my home office. But more importantly, it also contained two LED controllers that are very useful for this next project. Philips Hue also brought out a new light that I really wanted to rip off, so this is the story about my new kitchen table lamp.
Okay, so a quick rundown of the parts for this project. First of all, I ordered 2 meters of RGB CCT strip. I also got these LED profiles where they will be going inside. They have this little diffuser that goes on top of it to diffuse the light. I also got the 2 Gladopto controllers that will be controlling these LED strips. I got some general electrical wiring. I got 2 wooden boards that will be going on the sides of the lights. I got a power supply that just changes 230 volts to 12 volts. And then I 3D printed a few parts. These two are the parts that will be going against the ceiling to hold everything up. And those two are the sides of the light that the wooden boards will fit into.
Okay, so 2 quick tips when ordering and working with LED strips. Tip number 1 is make sure you order the right LED strip. The strip you usually need are RGB CCT strips, which mean that they can handle the full RGB spectrum, but also cold white and warm white. That's what the Philips Hue app can offer, so that's usually what you'll be building into your project. But even when ordering RGB CCT strips, it's worth noting that there are differences between the LEDs that they use on those strips. For example, this is a strip that combines all 3 kinds of LEDs into a single LED. But there are also strips that split these up between the RGB and the white LEDs. That basically means you just get half the light, and it also means that you get not the same diffuse light that you'll be getting from an LED strip like this. Second tip is make sure that you test these strips out before definitely mounting them into your light. That way you can avoid problems like this, where a single piece of the LED strip is not working. And it also means that I'll have to be cutting this part out and soldering back together again. But that would be very hard to do once I stick them into the profile and mounted them on my ceiling. So it's definitely important to do this before you get started on assembling everything. That way you can still catch these little mistakes that are in your strip. Anyway, after finally getting all parts in a working order, I started by cutting my 2 meters of LED strip in half, so I had a strip for the top and one for the bottom. Only one side had wires soldered to them, so I also soldered wires to the other end. Then I started sticking the LED strips in the aluminum profiles until I had 2 decent LED bars with diffusers. The 2 wooden boards got pre-drilled holes to get the screws in more easily later on. I used the side brackets as guides for drilling. I also used a special drill bit so I could countersink the screws. After all that, it was just a matter of assembling everything. With one bracket already screwed in, I could slide in the 2 LED bars and then attach the second bracket on the other side. A couple of screws and it was all secured together. I cut 2 long cables that will be used to hang and power the lights. Using 4 little loops, I could extend and shorten the range of these 2 cables. After fitting the power supply that attaches to the power wires in the ceiling box, I gave it a quick test to make sure it was ready to mount. Then I attached the second wooden board and just mounted it to my ceiling. The end result is a sleek modern ceiling light that shines on our kitchen table and the ceiling above. Both ends of the light can be programmed separately with the Philips Hue app and obviously can be separate colors. I had a lot of fun building this. Good luck when you feel like doing the same.